Okay, when we're outside, we're looking along the actual brickwork face of the home, and we're looking for any evidence of termite mudding tracks. Termites live in mudding trails. They don't just run free like black ants or other ants. They must live inside that cavity because their skin is very soft, and when exposed to lots of sun and heat, they basically cook, so they won't survive. So they live in these mudded trails to protect themselves, and also from their enemies, which are other black ants, which do eat them. But to black ants, they won't eradicate the termites. Basically, it's like a chocolate to us. You eat too much of it, you get sick, you stop eating. So that's basically, it's a delicacy. It's not their staple diet for black ants. Other areas that termites can sneak up is behind downpipes. Where it meets the wall, all they need to do is come right up the back of that, and they can find a way through that brickwork in the mortar somewhere, find a millimetre hole through, and they can get into your home. Other areas that can attract termites is air conditioners, like on the window here. This has an overflow. It can drip into the ground, get in behind the brick cavity, where the concrete meets the brick, I should say. And that can also put moisture in the soil, which brings the termite to the surface. Then they realise that there's timber in behind the house, and they'll try to get inside. This is a good idea by having a pot plant there. It certainly slows down that process. It absorbs that moisture and not getting it down in behind underneath that concrete slab. Termites can climb up the back of these things to get over barriers. So for example, if this had a physical barrier or a chemical barrier in the soil, the termite can come out here and climb up this product. People sometimes believe that termites didn't climb steel. That's a fallacy. They'll actually climb steel. There was also a fallacy that termites never went any higher than 1 metre. That's also not true. They'll climb to any heights. They've found them in a 7-storey building in the middle of the city, and they're concrete all the way to the top. So they will go to any length to survive. So very important to be assertive. Garden mulch, just like over here behind us. They love that kind of thing, especially when you're watering. All that mulch grows fungi, and it's fantastic for the termite to hide in those areas. Very hard to try and monitor or to contain the termites in that sort of situation. That's why it's good to put the protection, spend the money around the perimeter of the house, because it doesn't matter what happens in your yard. If they're going to come to your house, they're going to pick up that poison and die. Okay, we're moving along. We also have plumbing pipes. Termites have been known to come up the back of those and get into the house. And another one that where termites have been known to get in is the electrical cables and telecom pipes that come up and then come into your house. Sometimes they've been broken underground somewhere along the line, and the termites found a way in that way, and they've got in houses that way as well. Very hard to detect those, but same again, it's human error, but certainly by having, in those cases, any barrier is not going to protect your house. But certainly the annual check will pick up those early detections, and then you can resolve those issues where the termites are coming.